Alrighty. I just wanted to take a moment. I've been playing way too much Fallout 4, but I wanted to take a moment just to take and give you a little trip through some of my settlements. And the first one I decided to show you was Starlight Drive In, because that's the one that has the biggest place that you can do the most things with. So that's what I did. That's Dusty. Dust Sander is a companion I got from one of the mods I downloaded. I don't remember which one. And he just follows me everywhere. I can't get rid of him. And then, of course, Dog Meat. You got to travel with Dog Meat. I mean, come on. But anyhow, this is Starlight Drive In. First off, of course, you notice I managed to make a really nice sign. Now, I'm going to do two of these, or two parts to this. One is going to be in the daytime, and one's going to be at night. So let's take a stroll through. As you know, you can't build anywhere past this. That right there is the beginning of where you can build. So that's what I did. I left the gates here just because, well, I like the gates. The gates are nice to have. I don't know why, they just are. You got the beautiful sign welcoming you here, and wait till you see it at night. It's so cool. The first thing you see is you got your little radiation getter-ridder-over thing. Decontamination. Shut up. The decontamination arc. And that's for all the travelers that come in that might be a little radiated. Before you come into our little establishment, it'd be nice if you de-ratify yourself. Just saying. And of course, you got the big... That's also a mod to make Starlight back to its regularly lit up place. But that's the only other mod I have here. Then you got your basic workstations. You got your weapons and your chem stations right out here in front for the travelers to come in and use if they want to. Just because. And since you always end up spawning right there without a spawn place, I decided to put my power armor station, power armor there, which is where I store it when I'm just walking around. It's all cleaned up inside here, except for the one area up there with the mattress with the skeleton on it, because you can't get rid of the skeleton, so he just kind of stays there forever and ever. He's a happy man. What can I say? Put a couple of stools out here. Well, they're actually there. That you can set on if you want. This is non-functional. There's nothing in there. But there's actually a guy that stands up there normally. I don't know, maybe he's on a smoke break or something. And then, of course, you got the big boomer thing there, so you can blow up other places. Like you do, you know. Lots and lots of lights, but you'll see at night how cool that is. And I have plenty of defenses around this place. Now, this first little building you have here on the left, out front you have your basic stuff. You got your Nuka-Cola thingy, your Nuka Victory mixer, and another weapons workbench here. And, of course, it's got the nice little for rent sign with a little light above it, and a working door, because, you know, sometimes you want to barricade yourself in, right? Just in case. So, there's that. On the inside, plenty of beds, lots and lots of dressers thrown around. The beds are all around, and you got furniture. I don't know why that bed right there is there. I should probably get rid of it, because, I mean, come on. Who's going to sleep in the rain? There it is. I think it was because I needed extra beds at the time. Don't need them now, so I can get rid of a lot of those. Now, the top floor, you notice, does not have the balconies. I didn't want balconies up here because I wanted this to be as dry as possible with these weird... You'd think we could find some sort of decent roofing, but, you know, that's what they gave us to work with. But there's more beds up here and lots more dressers and stuff and lights to light the place up so it's nice and bright when you get in here, with a couple of corners that are dark for those of you who prefer sleeping in the dark, because, you know, that's what you're supposed to do. Now here you see our water purification center with plenty of power going to it, because, you know, and then there's a light there so you can see that, hey, there's a caution sign there. It's radioactive. Well, at least it used to be until I put the purifiers up there. The next building on the left that I want to show you, you'll notice only has one wire coming from it. One tiny little wire that's going to this building. And if I flick that, I'll show you later at night, but if I flick that light switch, the whole town goes dark. Everything is dark. I mean, you got the little dimmy type lights, but that's what happens all the time when you turn the power off. And why is that important? Because in this concrete shelter is where I put my power station. My fusion generator power station is in a building all of its own, and it has another light switch here that you can operate if you want to and lock yourself in there if you're, really bad times. But that, I learned how to do the little pass through the wall glitch thing from a great YouTuber. Now I have to put a link to her page down below because I can't remember what she calls herself. Because, well, I'm old and my memory fails me. Then, of course, you got your chemistry station and armor workbench and the junking station for, like you do, right? Because you have to have one. All these places are manned. I have no idea where everybody is. They apparently decided they do that in the daytime for some reason. They just randomly walk off. And I don't know why. The next building on the left is our pharmacist, the drugstore. Got the little drugstore sign, and you go inside and you have two things. You have the doctor, and you have the guy that does your hairstyles and can change your appearance and all that stuff. That is from the, what is that? I forget what DLC that's from, but it's there. So you can change your looks if you want. There it is. Got it decked out as nice as I could, considering I wanted this to be built out of shacks rather than a barn or anything like that, or any type of, the weird metal stuff. I just don't like that. But I had to put some fancy stuff in there. You got to have the control panel to choose your color of your hair and all that stuff, and the vault trunks and filing cabinets and all that stuff. And, of course, the sick bed, because you're going to need it. Now, this guy here, our ghoul doctor guy, actually has his own little apartment back here. That he has his own bed, and he's actually assigned to that bed. So when it's nighttime, that's where he goes. He goes in there and sleeps, because that's his bed. And, of course, he has a door so he can close it off to the general public if you want to. As you continue through this wonderful thing, you notice it's starting to get a little dark out. I love it. Perfect timing. This is another little trick I had to do. That was before I knew the proper way to get wires through walls, but now I know the proper way, so it looks better. But I've decided it works. Why change it? I actually put two of these things in here, and I don't know why I did it, but I remember I had a reason when I did it. And there's a guy that mans this too sometimes when he's actually out doing his job. But this is a fairly calm settlement. There's not a whole lot of people coming in and going. So that means there's not a whole lot of need for that kind of stuff. Now as you walk up here, we have, this is our gun shop. And in here is our gun guy who sells guns. Can you tell? Because he's got all kinds of decorations of all the wonderful animals he's killed using his guns. And of course I went through, and all the extra guns I've picked up along the way throughout my playthroughs ended up getting their own little special places, for display purposes only. You got all kinds of bombs in there, and you got your big flamers and the little guns and the big guns and more racks and signs showing that there's all kinds of stuff on sale in here. And I figure if you're into guns, you're probably into the Unstoppables magazine. You know what I mean? I mean, come on. Why wouldn't you be? That's a TV show or radio show, I think. I forgot to put something on that stand. I'll have to find something put up there. This guy, he has his own little house too. He's got a stove and a table there. And he's got his own little bed, nightstand, and everything. And some nice pictures on the wall, of course, because you gotta have. And he is also assigned to that bed. So he's got his assigned post here. There he is. I figured he'd show up eventually. I guess because nobody was in his store, decided to go for a walk. But he is also assigned to that bed. You got your different, I got a gun in there and some extra ammo and stuff laying around, just to make it look pretty. So with that, that is our weapons guy. Now look how cool that looks. That's made with walls and a barn. I mean, it's like the old-fashioned time when they had the great big huge, make it look like it was a huge building even when it wasn't, back in the old days. So that's why I chose that. The Wasteland Dovakiin, I think was her name. I don't remember. But anyhow, I have to look it up. Now here is your, that's your gun guy. This is your armor guy. And you go in here and he's got his own little stands up here. His display cases and everything. And she's got her cash register sitting there. It's kind of off-center because, well, I used the wrong flooring. My bad. But it's there, so it's at least reasonably close. And of course, you got your little armor racks showing the different types of armor you can get. And you notice from here, you can see that guy's got an armor display as well, because you can also buy that stuff from them. You know how it is. You got the lady here with her wonderful little armor diddy-bop stand thing. And her own bed. She is assigned to that bed. And I don't know why it was a flag. I decided to put it there. Now, I got to fill up these armor cases one of these days, these display cases. But I just finished her today, so she's still a little empty on the display side. What can I say? And the other one, it took me forever. I hate building in concrete. If you've ever tried building in concrete, you notice how the edge walls hang out over the flooring or will hang out inside the flooring. If you put them inside the flooring, getting the roof to go on is next to impossible. I don't know why. Nothing wants to match up. I mean, building in the concrete is the worst thing you can even attempt to do. Just saying, giving you a heads up. That's why a lot of this is made out of wood shacks, because I hate building out of that crap. So you go right from the armorer to the regular clothing shop. And you come in here, and there's your little clothing guy, and he's got, his little sale thing, the little signs says clothing. I wanted to put a clock. I got to put some more decorations in here yet, but just to give you an idea, of what you can do. And you got your little end tables here with the hat and the Vault 81 jumpsuit, and you got some display stands here that you can see from the outside. As you see, oh look, this guy must sell clothing because he's got people with clothing. Okay, never mind. He also, or she, is that a he or she? That's a he. He also has his own little world. He's got his own little stove, and he's got a kitchen table with chairs. I don't know why he likes pink, but he does. Don't fault the guy. He's got his desk here for keeping track of his bills. I was going to put a computer terminal in there, and I thought, nah, that would just be tacky since the damn things don't work. Just saying. And he's got his own bed nightstand. He is also assigned to his bed, so he has his own place to live. One of these days, I'm sure he's going to get around to finding some wonderful pictures he wants to put on his walls, probably all of cats. I just got a feeling that's the way that's going to go. Just saying. Now, as you leave here, this is one of the two places that I'm really proud of. One is the general trader guy. You notice he's got all kinds of stuff on here. And since he's done also in the old-fashioned with the great big high roof, right? And the gas candle lights up there, they're not electricity. There's no electricity there. Same thing with his little porch light here. Two ways to get there. One is from this side, and of course from the front. And for some reason that would not match no matter what I tried. Don't care, it still looks pretty cool. It gets you in there. And you can also buy drugs from him as well, I'm just saying. But he's got a little bit of everything up here. He's got the stuff for the fisher people. He's got stuff for boating, and a little bit of everything. And of course another light. I love those lights. When you walk in, He's got all kinds of shelves that we can start putting all kinds of stuff on. I've never been any good at putting stuff on shelves and getting it to look right. One of these days I'll figure it out. And of course you got your tools, so I'll put toolboxes and down here, and I'll put some wrenches and screwdrivers and all that stuff up there. In here, another little pile of junk from stuff from, you know, barrels and storage and all that stuff. So you know he's got a multiple selection of items that you can possibly get from this feller. And of course he's really into Christmas, so he's got a Christmas tree. And cigarette machine with the ashtray next door, of course, because you kind of need to do those two things side by side. And sale items all over the place. You can buy just about anything from this fella. He's got her all. And of course you notice on this one, because I use this type of a floor, don't know why, because of this type of floor, I was able to put the cash register actually on this countertop. I don't know why he has two, in case he gets really, really busy. Just saying. And he's heavy into Nuka-Cola. Now, the nice thing about this guy, and all being lit up simply by the candlelight stuff, is the ability to do all these things with it. It's a huge location, if you notice, and it's made out of a barn. That's why the high barn roof, right? And then you got the flat wall in front so that you can put the signs that are up there, right? See that? He's got all kinds of stuff strung along the side here as well. And I don't know why I blocked the windows, but I wanted windows. I just did. It was an afterthought. And of course he has his own little home as well, with a stove and a little dresser drawer and a bed that he is assigned to. That is his own private little place that he can sleep. And he's got a door, of course, so he can shut the door and close people in and out. Don't ask me about that. That doesn't exist. You don't see that. I'm just saying. Hey, I'm not perfect. I'm just me. But considering this is my first really big settlement I ever made, that I tried to do as much with as possible, I think I did pretty good. Back here you'll notice we have the Brahmin trough as well. There's two of them. There's one here, and I believe I showed you the one up front for the guys to do all the trading to do, right? That's a place. Shut up, I'm not defending Sanctuary Hills. They can take care of themselves. Now here, there's not much to do here, so I left it just the way it was. Cleaned it out, put a couple of beds in here.
My data
so
banks are continuing to accumulate vast amounts of data regarding the Commonwealth.
Oh yeah, and then there's her. I forgot about her. I built her and just put her here because. Up there, there's a small table, there's a small generator, and that's where I put the broadcast station. The broadcast tower's all the way up there because that's the highest place I could find. And you see the smoke, that's from the little generator powering it. Pretty cool, huh? Now, the last place is probably where most of the people are, I guess. I don't know, we'll find out when we get there. The last building, anyhow, and they do tend to congregate here at night. This place, seriously, there's people everywhere at night. That is my bar. That's how you do a bar. You can tell that because it says liquors on the front. I'm just saying. And of course, bars also sell food. So there's all kinds of food, everything from lobster rolls to ice cream. You got her all. This place sells everything. You got the little outside deck here with the little tables and some little candles up there, right? And you got a little bar here because one of the wonderful soda fountains is available for you to use. And the guy assigned to the soda fountain is way too into the soda fountain. He really loves that stuff. I don't know why. Gotta have a garbage can out front. And as you walk in, there's some more tables in case you don't want to stand out in the rain. You can stand inside. Again, this is a barn I used with a glass roof. I wanted the glass roof specifically so you could see in here in the daytime without a whole lot of lights going on. But you can have them if you want. You have the booths, so you can sit there and have your little dinner time with your girlfriend. I need to move that out. I never saw that till just now. That's part of this diddy bop here I gotta move. I'll move him out. No big deal. Hear him? They love that stuff. And you can see it's getting dark out. All the people are starting to come in. You got people everywhere. This guy does a heck of a business. He's got an extra large bar. That's the biggest bar store that you can get. So I put him there and extended it out with an extra little countertop for his cold goods that he can store, right? That's where he stores his food and his cold goods. And of course there's a stove here for him to cook the stuff that he sells out front. Everybody has to have signs everywhere. And you'll notice he has a sink with a little notice that you gotta wash your hands before you turn back to work. Just saying. For the rest of the company and the joyousness that are things that you can do here, you have the jukebox in case you want to dance around a little bit. Not like you want to, but there's plenty of room if you get the urge, because come on, that music sucks. Be honest. You'd think they'd have a music box that you could put your own. That's what we need. Someone's got to do a mod for the jukebox so you can put your own music in there, your own MP3s. That would be awesome. Just saying. You got the pool table with all the balls, by the way, the whole set, and the rack and the pool cues and the whole 9 yards. And for the gamblers, because, well, you know I am from Vegas, you have the slot machine.
This is delicious.
Hear that? She just loves that stuff. I tell you what. This, by the way, is where I store the poles that I use to sync things and match things up that don't want to go on top of each other, like the cash register. That's the only way. I'll have to do a video, but there's videos out there to show you how to do that. To show you how to get that cash register up on there. Because as it is, it's just a decorative piece of furniture. And as you know, furniture cannot go on top of furniture. Only decorations can go on top of furniture. So I use those poles back here as my tools. I'll show you here real quick. When you're in build mode, you can take that and sink it into the ground. And because of that being able to sync, you can multi-select things. Put the cash register, for example, beside it. Sink it down into the ground. Pull it in there. And literally, when you select them both, you can set that right there like it is.
Delicious.
I'll show you one of these days, maybe. This, of course, is strictly so I can fire off firecrackers. That's it. Usually for the, clear skies, because I love clear skies. And every now and then, just to entertain the guests, we throw some fireworks. Last but not least, we have the potty. Yeah, I didn't have the new toilets when I built this. So, as you can see, when I went into build mode, nothing more can be built. So, in order to do that, I got to do the little glitch thing to make more room to build things. Anyhow, so they have a toilet, and of course you know it's a toilet because it got the moon door. Just saying, that's common knowledge. There's food everywhere. I've got all kinds of food strewn out all over the place. There's carrots up here. We got all kinds of carrots, and we got corn, and we got the wheat, and we got tomatoes or potatoes, I guess they call them. You name it, we got food everywhere. So there's all kinds of stuff growing out here. Just in case you're wondering where the food is. It's all spread around the back and around the sides and behind things. Now, in one of my other settlements, I'll show you in another video, I actually cordoned everything off. They all have a fence around it. Everything's nicely done there. This guy here, that's the guy that does that. Every now and then, he decides he wants to stand on the roof. I have yet to figure out why he likes standing on the roof. He just does. It's his thing. I should put a chair up there so he'd have a place to sit down. I really should. One of these days, maybe I will. And there you have it. That is my build of the Starlight Drive In. Probably one of the nicest little places I've seen in a long time. For me, I mean, it's not just your little old junk shack spot, right? It's got everything you could ever want in a nice little settlement. And like I said, it's got defenses all over the place. There's missile thingies, there's laser thingies, there's I mean, there's a missile, right? And this thingy here, by the way, I don't know if you've seen this yet, the population management system. With that connected into your main system, you notice you have the vocational overview, and it shows you where everybody is, which is kind of neat. And if it's connected properly to something that has a weapon on it, in other words, if I had a weapon connected directly off of that, that also shows you all of your turrets and your power switches and all that stuff. It shows you the condition of all your different turrets and all of your power and all that stuff as well. So put one of those in every one of your settlements. It's highly usable. You definitely need it. There you go. Notice I told you everybody hangs around the bar. They love that bar. I tell you what. Oh, and I wanted to show you another thing real quick. If you go in here and you sit down at one of those stools, for example, like this one, you sit down, you notice you're actually facing the bar. You're actually facing the bar. Getting the stools to go in the right way is actually a trick in Fallout 4. What can I say? And that's that. I did want to show you because, like I said, I think it looks really, really cool. Everybody has their own special thing. All the beds that are in there, all assigned to a farmer. There's a farmer assigned to every bed. The scavengers, they have their own bed. The guards, they have their own bed. Usually it's close. But, yeah, I'm just saying. And then you go back out front to the beginning. There's Dusty again. Good old Dust. Now look how pretty that is. Tell me that is an inviting place that you see. That's the Starlight Drive In. A really nice place to live. Again, the Wasteland Dovakiin, I believe is her name. If not, I'll correct it in the comments below, and I do apologize. Let me know what you think of my little Starlight home settlement here. Tell me what you think. Did I do a nice job? I mean, it could have been so much different, but I wanted it the way I wanted it, and it literally turned out exactly how I wanted it to look. I think it's pretty cool. Tell me what you think. Leave a comment down in the comments section below. Tell me if you want to see some of my other settlements. I did the Nuka World DLC. I have the Nuka World Starlight Drive In, or no, the Nuka World gas station. What are they called? That place. The Red Rocket. I have my settlement set up there. That's kind of neat as well. Got lots of room for farming around there, by the way. I also did a really good job, I think, with, of course, Sanctuary. I want to do some more things to it, so I'm not going to show that one yet, because there's still some more I want to build there. Also got a really nice place set up out by that isolated island. That island place, that one is really good. Everybody has their own house. It's so cool. It's so nice. I love it. Tell me if you want to see some more videos like this of me just showing you some of the settlements that I've built. I'll try and make them a little shorter next time. I realize this went almost half an hour. Do apologize. If you stuck with me through the whole thing, thank you. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If not, give me a thumbs down. Tell me why. I'm always open to hearing things like that. And again, comment down in the comment section. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this. All right? Cool beans. Till the next time, you folks have a great one, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye.